guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Time for a preview save here, part 2 of Garry Johnston's Old Lady. Now, I've not fired this up at all, so I genuinely do not know what to expect. It was Italy, wasn't it? And I'm trying to recall back to part 1. Juventus, he won it on a playoff. Okay, so... Right, he's still Juventus. Okay, end of season 2 then. Okay, perfect. I like it when it's, if I'm honest with you, this is a perfect time when to send your save whenever you want it reviewed, just after the Champions League, because it gives me a perspective of how your player's done without having to go to history and shit. So it's before the update, but at the end of the season. Okay, right, he's won the title. Oh, a lot better, a lot more convincing. A lot more convincing. Didn't need a playoff that time, did you, Garry? Well done there. Champions League. Yeah, he did it. Bayern Munich in the final. Absolutely hammered them. He lost it to Man United last season. Is that right, if I remember rightly? Let's just remind myself. Yes, he did lose it to Man United. Yep. Okay. So Arsenal in the semis. Roma in the quarters. Okay, let's just see where he got in the... So he got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Italian Cup to Roma. Fucking hell, right? How many duels, Garry, have you had with Roma? That's fucking crazy. But a very, very successful second season. Definitely, that Champions League, I think, is massive. That could be the difference now between you staying or going. Let's have a look at your reputation. Yeah, there you go. That was always going to be like that. Nice one. Good work. Let's have a look now then at your signings. Okay, Agahoa. We all love Agahoa, don't we? We all love Julius Agahoa. 747, not bad. Kaluzny, great player, Kaluzny. What a solid DMC. And he got one of Bosman, yeah. Hoyland, don't really know much about Hoyland. But, alright, he's found him on the scout. I was going to say, what's that there for? Surely he's not got managerial attributes. That's what a scout report. Okay, Cipriani. Hasn't really been given a game, and look at that, the old fucking Riyadh, if that's how you pronounce it. What a player, great player. Garry first found him a couple of years ago, told me about him, and I refer him as a Mo Salah pre-gen. Brilliant player, absolutely brilliant. Still only 19, of course. And Hafiz, oh, same team actually, that's interesting. Same team as where you got Riyadh from. He's done really well, hasn't he? He's had a great season. Don't really have him that much. Yeeps, not too bad. Oh, Veron. Veron's a great signing. Look at that. What a return as well. 802. That's a great signing. Absolutely great. And I bet you he's been massive. Lucio, that'll be a good signing. Well, some absolute stunners there for you, Garry. Absolute stunners. The side is looking really good. I mean, Veron, Sigalko, I'm guessing had more games. Actually, not as many, but still performs heroics, don't he? Edgar Davids, still got a good couple of years in him. Nikiforenko, love Nikiforenko, 777, 22 goals. Iluano does really well in defence. Nedved, yeah, look at that. He's Trezeguet. So he's really had a bit of a balance on his guys up top. So, Garry, that formation there, have you switched it a little bit? Because the one I think you first sent me, that out-and-out striker was arrow to the left. It's all sort of like you mirrored it the other way around. Is that any different? I mean, you've obviously still got it on a test. I can see that. Let's have a look at... So you do have free kick takers, corner takers, playmaker. Often wonder, particularly the corners and the free kick taker. Okay, you have your penalty takers set up? Yeah, you do. Good stuff. We like to see that. Let's have a look at your tactics then. Bit of direct there. Looking really good. So it's obviously been a really good campaign for you, Garry. And I always often like this sort of base setup. You know, so I think it's really, really, really important. I like to look at things like this. Two man-to-man defensive. Nice. Good stuff, Garry. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, Buffon, let's have a look at how he's looking. Okay, let's have a look at his financial situation. Only secure. Okay. But that's going to change. I think there's a lot of season ticket money that's going to come in. Let's have a look at, he's got any players that have gone. And then we'll have a look at players that he's got coming through, if any. Tashinardi, Ferreira, Rampula, yeah, I get that. Salas, that's quite an interesting one. Particularly to what would be deemed as a top 6 rival. Something I picked up on, Garry said a while back, and I think this is absolutely true. There's a lot of leagues out there that are quite competitive. Now in Italy, any team, if you start a brand new game on the ODB, any team other than Roma, then it's a good challenge. There's no doubt about that. Roma are the bollocks. There is no doubt about it. For me personally, if you start a brand new game and you start as Roma, it's not very challenging. Let's be honest. Same as if you chose Man United in England, on ODB particularly. So Juventus was a good sign. They've got some good, prosperous players. I just thought of a player that I wanted to just quickly look at, actually. I don't remember seeing him. Del Piero, that was it. He's not done too bad. I think the important thing that Garry's done here is his squad is really built, you know, position-wise for that formation. No doubt about that. Now, we spoke, didn't we, about Zambrotta. He has been playing in fullback position. There's a myth going about, I don't agree with it, there's a myth going about that if a player is midfield right and you play him in defence right, he gets he gets a default point on his average rate, on his rating of a match if he's out of position. I don't think that. I think that's bollocks, personally. And this is an example why I think this is bollocks. Because 7-2-3, yeah, all right, it's not the best in the world, but it's certainly not the shittiest. And he's obviously had a better season this campaign, 6 assists, so I think that's bullshit. I mean, who am I? Okay, let's just continue with your players out. Oh, Stefan Selakovic, you offloaded Selakovic. I mean, Selakovic is one of those players that can struggle if he's brought in it on top flight. You almost need to groom him in from second tier. Okay, no one else of interest. Let's have a look at your future buys, if you've got any. 3 players coming. Daniel Banera. Yeah, great player. You know, I think within a year, he can step it up, definitely. I thought to myself, 800 grand, that's a strange amount, but that's why. Nicely done, Garry, nicely done. I keep an eye on things like that as well. Derek Boateng, on a Bosman. I mean, he's got some massive attributes in key areas there. Technique, the off the ball, the pace, the determination. Yeah, I think he's a good signing. I think passing's a bit worrying for an AMC. Has he got Greece open? He hasn't, so I can't give that as a true reflection. But yeah, good signing. I think, see how we go. And look at that, Rustico. What a player. Rustico, I think Rustico's a great player. Hard to say what his best position is, because judging by those attributes, I think DC. I think the left side of central defence, ordinarily, in previous saves, I have him as fullback, but I think with the positioning, tackling and marking, but I mean, he's very versatile, and it's going to be difficult for him to find a place for him. Thuram, I think we spoke about Thuram. Garry did answer the question, where's he played? He's played mostly on right back. I mean, that being said, yeah, I think he's had to strengthen up the defence, but there's no doubt about that. The question is now, what's on Garry's agenda now? Let's have a look at the jobs availability. Anything of interest? Well, I can't see him going to Everton. I certainly can't see him going to Everton. Frankfurt, maybe. Frankfurt is an option. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. They'll be second tier. Now, the problem is, right, if Garry was to think, do you know what? Frankfurt's a good challenge. They've been relegated. I'm going to restore old glories, blah, blah, blah. The problem is, right, if he applies to them now, gets a job, the turn of the season update, it almost goes on his record as such, like sort of blindly, that he got a relegation. Because the update will go and his team will be relegated. So it might not be the best thing for him to do. I don't know. I'm sure Garry's got something in mind what his plans are. Maybe a 3rd season, maybe a 5-year plan with Juventus. Who knows? But Garry, this is fucking wonderful work. Absolute wonderful work. And keep us updated with the next instalment on this bad boy. Look forward to it. Till next time from me, guys. Take it easy.